Hello and welcome back to FrogboyX1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today we're going to be talking about Ubisoft's live service and free-to-play games. So this video might seem a little, just watch it with caution, because I might say some mean things about Ubisoft that I'm feeling right now, and I know a lot of the community's probably feeling. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if it angers you, then please say something in the comments, let me know how you're feeling, because, everything I'm saying right now about Ubisoft is coming from the heart. So let's get started with this. So we've all seen games like Fortnite. Okay, Fortnite, hugely popular, very popular game. Brings in a lot of money. Call of Duty. Gosh dang it, was it Warzone? Brings in a lot of money, very popular. Apex Legends, pretty popular game. All of these games are popular, and they are all built to be sustainable for the most part. So basically, this is Warzone's second year, whatever, and it's still doing pretty good. I know a lot of people are still playing it. But what's going on with Ubisoft is, Ubisoft, in my opinion, is just spreading themselves too thin at this point right now. They keep throwing these games out like Hyperscape, and now this X-Defiant. A lot of this was brought on by X-Defiant. Me personally, I like the old school Splinter Cell games. I really want a new Splinter Cell. Even if that's them rebuilding, the first three games and bringing them up to today's standards with visuals and new features and stuff like that, I would be perfectly okay with that. And I would pay individually for each one of these games to be remade that way. To me, though, it feels like Ubisoft is just throwing whatever they can at the wall to see if it'll stick. But at the same time, a lot of the people that are engaged and want to play these free-to-play or live service games, they're not the people that liked Sam Fisher from the old style Sam Fisher games. Well, I mean, they could be. I mean, there could be a cross, between them. But I don't see it like that, because most of us, that grew up playing Sam Fisher and stuff, we're older now. We're in our late 30s, our early 40s. We're wanting that old experience where Ubisoft is just trying to move everything to a mainstream cash cow or whatever, however you say that. At the same time, trying to juggle all this stuff with, the harassment that's going on with their employees, and the toxic work environments over at Ubisoft at different studios. I'm not saying that they're all bad studios, and I'm not saying that every person there is doing it, but I'm saying that there's obviously a level of harassment going on at Ubisoft studios to where that does need to be addressed. Because I mean, I've said this before, they're in an environment where creativity is at the paramount. And going to work every day stressed out, not knowing, what's going to happen or how the boss is going to react to things, or people, holding employees back, and just using power, a position of power to gain some sort of control over their employees. That stuff's got to end. What's going on in Ubisoft right now with trying to break into this free-to-play market and all the, the live service games that they've taken franchises that we necessarily, don't need them to be live service, like Breakpoint, Ghost Recon Breakpoint. There was no reason in the world for that game to have to be a live service the way it was, with an always online. People like myself, we go in to play those games, and we're not looking to, play them always online. If you don't have an internet connection, you can't play that game. So that is where I'm going with this. Is I'm getting pretty irritated with the way that Ubisoft has went and taken everything I love about the franchises that they make, and they're trying to streamline them and turn them into these cash cows at the same time, where basically everything they want to do right now is, I mean, yeah, I don't know how this Assassin's Creed Infinity is going to work out. it might be the last Assassin's Creed game I ever play. I don't know. Like, I've got a lot of time and money and energy invested into Ubisoft games. I usually buy them right when they come out, day one, no questions asked. I usually buy the $100, the version, that includes the season pass and everything like that. So I understand how it feels to consistently buy these games and then have the experiences that I expect and that I want pulled out from under me to appease a different base of gamers, where I would prefer them to continue to make the experiences that I want and continue to put those games out to drive awareness, because that's the only reason I even participate in any of these live service or free-to-play games that Ubisoft makes, is because of my deep found love for the games that I grew up playing that Ubisoft makes. And if they continue to delude and take that experience and turn it into stuff that just doesn't appeal to me, then I don't know where I sit with Ubisoft going forward. They make a lot of franchises that I hold dear, that I really enjoy playing, and if they're going to continue to, like I said, water that down and dilute that experience, then what's the point of sticking around? I'm not saying that live service games are bad. I do appreciate some live service games when they're done right, when they add meaningful content. But when they come out and they just keep adding, like some new skins or weapon packs or stuff that, they expect me to pay more real world money for, and these prices of this stuff, they're usually never cheap. They're like $5 to $20, and to tell you the truth, I mean, I like playing these games, but I don't feel like I need to be $300, $400 invested into every single game I play. So moving forward, I mean, if Ubisoft is going to keep doing that and expecting me to pay for that, I might just wait until these, because Ubisoft games are always on sale 30 days after they come out. You can usually get them for about half price. The only one that I've seen that's held its value so far longer is Assassin's Creed Valhalla, whereas everything else currently is, yeah, I mean, you can usually find them in sales for half price or better just a few months after launch. I mean, I was able to buy Watch Dogs Legion on my PlayStation 5 for $20, as well as get a pretty decent deal on a second copy of Assassin's Creed Valhalla for that. So when it comes down to it, there's no sense in spending all this money up front. And these games usually launch, they got bugs, or they're not optimized good, or they're buggy, and that takes away from the experience. And if that's what I'm getting for my full price, and then just to have it fixed and then put out a little bit later for half price, why not just wait? Why not just wait for them? The free-to-play games that they make, I mean, if you can't get 100 hours into that game before making a purchase on anything microtransaction-wise, I mean, me personally, I would wait until you're 100 hours into it, and if you're still wanting to play that game, then yeah, invest something. But these free-to-play games, man, I personally don't see the value of blowing through a whole bunch of money on something that with Ubisoft's track record that has a potential to just fizzle out and go away. I heard that that phone game that they created with Splinter Cell and everything, they're already stopping development on that. They're already stopping. We got the last update for that game just the other day, and it's done. They're moving their resources elsewhere. And that's why I feel like they're literally throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks, so that they can keep moving forward with it. Ubisoft, make the experiences that we want, build the games to their fullest potential, and then release them. X-Defiant having a beta or whatever, coming out, and then you guys being like, well, yeah, I mean, it sounds like you guys are half in, you got one toe in the water and the rest of your body's out. So I don't know how you can expect us gamers to continue to be committed to your work if you're not even going to commit to it fully. Build a good game. Build a game that's worth playing, that people want to play. Not a copy of Warzone, not a copy of Fortnite, not a copy of anything else that's on the market that's doing good right now. Build something we want to play. I have a lot of ideas. The community has a lot of ideas. You know, you can build an open world game and put Splinter Cell and Ghost Recon and other franchises in that if that's what you want to do, but it needs to be those experiences that we've already been playing, you know, the third person, you know, exploration, stuff like that, that is going to keep us engaged a lot longer. Yeah, all these shooter games, they come out. Apex Legends doing pretty good. Fortnite, Warzone. Ubisoft, I just don't know if you guys understand what the community really wants when it comes to your games. We don't play those games for that free to play experience. We don't play these games for the battle royale stuff. That's not what I think in my head when I play Ubisoft franchises. I don't feel that way. I don't think about them that way. If you guys want to create something completely brand new, that's what I would suggest doing. But you know, I'm surprised the Apex Legends worked the way it did, you know, as a spin-off of Titanfall. But at the same time, Ubisoft, I just don't know if the games that you guys make are going to give me that, are going to, because I don't play Warzone, I don't play Fortnite, and I don't play Apex Legends. That's just, they're not my kind of game. And if you're going to take all of your games and move them to that type of platform, Ubisoft, I don't know if I'm going to be engaged in that experience going forward. I don't know. I mean, I'm hopeful for Assassin's Creed turning out the way I think it might turn out, but at the same time, I'm really nervous about it just because of, you know, recent work and the way you guys are spreading yourself so thin. So if you guys like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I basically said my 2 cents on how I feel about it. So yeah, we'll see you in the next video.